Quitter. Yeah, I don't want to show it off yet. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today I'm here to introduce a new project car. Really was not the best time to buy one. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you'll know that, I'm sorry if that was way too bright. I didn't think about the fact that I need to face the sun. You would know that the Dart is currently blown up. The Miata still doesn't run, but other than that, my other cars are in pretty good shape. Honda's fine, Mazda's all right. But I got the car for such a good deal. It was a dream car of mine. I couldn't not buy it. So here is my 2000 Celica GTS 6-speed manual. It does run and drive, but it does need a lot of work, as you can imagine. For starters, it has a different front bumper on it. It's a clean title, though. I don't know why the bumper is different. They probably broke it. No rear bumper, really ugly taillights. Paint is in okay shape. I mean, this looks good. I like the blue. I want the whole car to be this blue. I don't really like the two-tone. You know, these taillights are hideous, like fake carbon fiber. Sorry if it's windy. The wing needs to be redone. It's just, you know, Arizona did its thing. Both door handles are broken. The driver's side is straight up broken to grab the passenger. You can grab it and it feels fine, but it does not open the door. Let's get inside the car. The shifter does not feel very good. It has a lot of play and it's just not a very good feeling shifter. So I'm going to end up needing like a short shifter and the bushings and just go through that whole thing. Both seats look like this and are in pretty worn out shape. The previous owner had sound system stuff in here, so he drilled holes into the door cards, and then the driver door card doesn't have the clips in the bottom. But if I give her an old fire up, I had to charge the battery and tighten down the terminals. The terminals are fine. They're actually pretty new, but he must have not had a socket or something that fit to tighten down the terminals. So he took a penny, bent it like this, crammed it on the terminal, and then put the cable and just smashed it all together, and it made terrible connection and would never start. But as you can see, the car runs, it drives, but for you Celica people who may know, the gas gauge is not working. And then if I go down to these crusty door locks and window switches, none of them work. Something in the system for the body control module or the body control module itself is bad. So it has a lot of internal electronics that just don't work. So I need to fix that. I need to clean the car up, and I'm probably going to end up buying new like center pieces here because like the door is not there. Things like the AC don't work. Like they do work for a second, but then it blinks at me. I don't know what it means. I have to look into it. None of the fan speeds work except for full. I don't know if the heater works actually. And then it's just very messy in here. I don't know if you guys can see that, old speaker wires and things laying around. That oil I just bought. I'm doing an oil change today. I got some stuff down here. A lot of the interior plastics on the hatch are just either not on or removed and missing. Sorry, it's a low car for somebody as tall as me. It is on really bad raceline coilovers. They're new, but their race lines are not good. The tailgate does work, which is rare. And coming back here, you can see like this panel's been removed. This one's on. The cover panel is missing. I just hit my head on the latch. All of this plastic trim is gone. Things like that. So I just need to clean it up. I need to take a day to go through and vacuum out the whole car, clean it up at the car wash. Did you just fall again? Yeah. This man. All right, clean it up. Like as I'm talking, I don't know if it's showing up on camera. There is dirt flying everywhere. It's dirty. I already showed my friend Chris, and he was like, "Are you gonna clean it?" But I brought it to him the day I bought it, so I didn't have time. As you can see, it's a fully stock exhaust, fully stock car. I am going to turn it off because we are going to be doing an oil change, so I don't want it getting super hot. It doesn't overheat or anything. I ended up driving it in like an hour-long section of traffic just to go a few miles. It was crazy. They shut down the whole highway. But yeah, I guess I'll end this clip here and come back once we have everything ready to just do an oil change and get some maintenance out of the way. I'm not doing spark plugs yet because I need to get a valve cover gasket because I can see all this gunk and oil down here. I think I need a new oil cap because it's probably not sealing up, because I can see oil residue there and it's all over the cap and the gasket just looks flat. So a couple things I need to order before I put in some fresh spark plugs and try to get my hands on some new coils. All right, I currently got this STP engine flush in there. It says pour the whole bottle in and let it run for 5 to 15 minutes. Do not drive the car. So it'll pretty much just sit here and get up to temp and flush out all the dirty old oil that's very dirty. It was very neglected, this car, so it's gonna need some work. While this is going through, I'm probably gonna go on the tailgate and try to get some of the old wiring out and cleaned up. And then go through and just get rid of all the junk from inside this car. And just try to get it cleaned up into a presentable state on the interior. I drove the car around for a full day and it felt disgusting the entire time. All right guys, so enough time has passed. I'm ready to lift the car up in the air and get ready to drain this oil. In other news, I came to the back and got a lot of this wiring undone. I have to unbolt the seats to get it out from underneath them and then follow this main power wire back up to the front. And just behind the battery, you can see the fuse, and there's the wire itself. It's actually ran pretty clean. This is the only wire I could say they ran cleanly. To put into context, when I bought the car, this was still installed, and they had blue Teflon tape covering up the terminal. Sorry, I had to sneeze. But yeah, they had blue Teflon tape covering up this terminal, and then they just shoved it down. So I completely removed it because I don't need it. Ooh, my allergies are acting up. If I want to do a sub setup in this car, which I may in the future, I'm going to completely redo it myself. I don't trust a lot of other people's wiring when it comes to sound systems, mostly because I'm not a sound system guy. I know the very basics, so if you completely fuck it up, I don't have the skills to diagnose and fix it. Even now, when I come inside the car, on the stock harness, which I hate when people modify the stock harness connector, they cut and capped off 2 wires. I don't know if this car had like a factory amp or something, and this is just like bypassing it or removing it. I don't know. I also need to get these wires out from behind here, and these ones. So I just have a lot of things to remove, and it's gonna be annoying, but it's gonna make me feel better about the car once it's all gone. I got the car in there and running to see if I can find any leaks, because I did see this fluid. He said the car had an oil leak, but I'm starting to think it's power steering. And then when I come down here, it's a little hard to see on camera compared to in person, but that power steering pump pulley is wobbling like crazy. So it's definitely gonna need a power steering pump. I'm assuming all of this is power steering fluid. Not all of it, but it might have had previous leaks. I think the axles look good, so that's all good. But yeah, I'm gonna have to look up and see how much a power steering pump is, or if it shares one with the 1ZZ GT Celicas, because if it is, I can just go to a pick and pull yard and grab one. And then I'm also seeing things like this. I believe this is the fog light connector. Wire just looks in terrible shape. But it's always a good idea to just get down here, look at things, and kind of scope stuff out. There's those really crappy coilovers that are brand new that I'm going to be selling to somebody. Make sure that the hoses don't have too much pressure and they have a good amount of pressure behind them. These feel good, actually, and the hoses feel like they're in good shape too. Otherwise, I'm not seeing any oil leaks, at least not front main. I don't know if this was like a previous leak that's been fixed and not cleaned up, so I'll probably clean up around here and then check again in a couple days for leaks. But otherwise, everything seems to be pretty good down here. All right, everybody, I got this oil pretty much drained. As you can see, It is disgusting. It's very liquidy because it's pretty warm now and it has the oil flush in it, but it is black, and that is not okay. But I believe this is a magnetic drain pan and it's looking good. No shavings. Also, I messed up the trick and I got oil on myself. I'm gonna have to clean myself up. Just got to remove the filter as soon as this is done, like draining. Once it's dribbling, put the plug back in. And then go up top and put in some fresh oil. Hopefully this motor will be a lot less happy and make a lot less ticking noise. If this is a magnetic drain plug, which if it isn't, I'm buying one. This looks pretty good, seeing as how the engine has, or at least the car, I don't know if this is the original engine, has 247,000 miles on it. Also, I don't know if this is a dented pan. I don't care too much because I will be upgrading oil pans, and getting rid of the 2ZZ pan is not good. I'm either going to try to put on a 1ZZ pan that has internal baffling, or get an aftermarket pan that comes with way better internal baffling, and it's pre-drilled for a turbo drain line. I don't need that now or anytime soon, but you never know in the future. Got our nice blue new STP oil filter and the drain bolt installed. I sprayed it down with some brake clean to clean it up. And now it's time to take a look at this wonderful oil. This stuff looks awful. And then fill it up with some new STP. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of got, not the cheapest oil I could have, but I went a little budget. I'm not made of money here. I just bought the car, so. This oil change is mostly gonna be a good flush. If I really want to, I'll run some like really fancy stuff. After letting this run through for probably 1,500 to 3,000 miles, and then making sure I'm adamant about getting this oil change done. I want to get everything cleaned up. That plane is a lot closer than it looks.
Yo, here's a pep talk at the front of the plane.
Get everything cleaned up. I do want to do the valve cover gasket just because I know it leaks. But I also want to see how it looks inside the engine. I can presume not very good. We got her all topped up on oil. Now I'm going to be taking the intake tube off and trying to clean out this throttle body and help with the sticking issue. See if that's it, or if I really just need a new throttle body. Right now, Antoine sprayed the outside spring, but I don't think, yeah, that was not it. Still gets stuck.
Better watch out, boy. I got the blicky on me on shit, boy.
Stay strapped up. That brake cleaner smells like vinegar. Oh, it's parts cleaner, not brake cleaner, but yeah, let's get this intake tube taken off and check out how clean or dirty the air filter is. Well, guys, since filming that last part you had seen, I accidentally deleted the ending of the video, so I just have to give a quick summary of what I did. It's actually been quite some time since then, and the car has changed drastically. You'll see in a future video, but the air filter was in all right shape, but the box is partially broken, so I have to replace it. So I'm gonna end up just buying an intake. They're literally almost the same price. It's $200 for a replacement GTS box and GT box, whatever, so not paying that for a stock air box. I do have another video filmed. The interior is fully cleaned up. I do have some parts that I went to the pick and pull yard and got for the car. And I have done some repairs that I just didn't record because they're pretty boring. So like I got my gas gauge working. I'll bring it all up in a future video where I replace the valve cover gasket and the lift bolts and also explain what those are for. But overall, the car has been pretty solid. I've been driving it to work for a couple weeks now, driving it to friends. I've driven it on like an hour-and-a-half long drive to go pick up some paperwork for my girlfriend and then grab coilovers for the Dart. And I will be giving an update on that, but never thought I'd be plugging this on YouTube. Follow me on TikTok. I post a lot on there, and I've amassed a pretty decent following that I'm pretty happy with on there. So yeah, please follow me on TikTok, follow me on Instagram. I will put the links in the description. And then just wait for my next 2 uploads where I'll be doing a lot more Celica content. It's actually out front. I'm currently at work. But yeah, just wanted to close this video out. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time. Peace.